creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and this is a daily pick a card and birthday reading for May 7th. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a Queen of Diamonds. If you were born before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a King of Diamonds. Okay, so I'm going to read each card and then all together for the collective. Then a special birthday message for you, Queen of Diamonds. This is your solar year cards, and this is your wish card. They're here to heighten your manifesting for the year. Okay, so if you picked card number 1, you got the Ace of Hearts. I love aces, mostly because they are you at your core. So if you pick card number 1, this is something for you to embrace fully. So the sun, obviously you, and this is in the upright position. So it's really all about security, feeling that security in your home, in your place, in the things around you. That it can also be a peaceful change. So if that isn't the way you've been feeling, get ready, because this is a changer, right? This can do it for you. And okay, so it can mean a new vacation too. If that's what you need in your future, get ready, go pack your bag. Literally or figuratively, it could just be a change of pace or slowing down or just a change of attitude. It's an emotional change, so it's going to feel better from here. I love it. All right, so we are in a Queen of Diamonds day. So for you to get this Ace of Hearts, it is really beautiful. So the Queen of Diamonds, what is it to be a Queen of Diamonds, and what is it for all the rest of us to experience the energy that today holds? It's all about confidence today. The Queen of Diamonds in her lightest attributes is this confident, magnetic, smart, savvy, just able to see value no matter what she's looking at. She'll be able to tell immediately. Diamonds are the psychic suit, the most psychic, the most connected to the outer realm, being earthy and all of the wherewithals of that groundedness of being able to have your feet on the ground and your head in the sky. It is also the suit of just understanding that they are here to really see something to completion. So for the queens, being so busy and multi-talented and all of the good stuff, if you want something done, you go to the queens. They can do it. They embody the 4s, 5s, and 6s. So you've got the stability of the 4. You've got that trial and error, knowing through all of that, being a queen, they kind of arrive pretty immediately to whatever it is that they need to figure out. And then you've got the 6s. They're just so darn good at what they do. They are highly recognized. So at your highest level of a Queen of Diamonds, that's what you're looking at. And on the shadow side of the Queen Day, because we're in that energy too, it's your attitude that is going to determine which of where on that scale, I should say, because everybody's on the scale from one end to the other. You're going to have ups and downs through your day like everybody. So according to the cards here today, we're going to find out where you're leaning toward. So yeah, the shadow attributes of the Queen, she may want to do something maybe just a little underhanded or manipulating or, feeling lacking. So it's going to make you more greedy, seeking something for self rather than for the collective. So the queens really are of service, much like the kings. She is here today to let us experience the best of her, hopefully, which would be to share knowingly and welcoming any information that comes to you, using it, putting it to good use, thinking about what would be best for you, but also what would be best for everyone else as well. All right, let's move on to card number 2. So we've got the Fool. It's in reverse. Ordinarily, this would be just that light-hearted, jumping off the cliff without thinking, jumping in with both feet and trusting fate to do the right thing for you. It is of the major arcana, the Fool relates to Pisces. So it is one of those red suit K2 number 9s. It relates to the red 9s, and it is one of these giving cards. The 9s are the givers, and they're here to really understand what it is to bring something forth from your past lives. It's like they've made it through the 7s. Thank God, got through that gateway. And then they did the 8s. They treaded where angels fear. Not easy, but it's where you're drawn to. It's what's put on your path. It's what you're to work through in this life. And then you arrive at the beautiful Let It Ride, number 9. They are so beautiful people. And they are sweet and generous and lighthearted. All of the 9s that I've ever met just kind of are good. They're good with life. So, yeah, the Fool in reverse. So what are we looking at? So maybe being fearful of where to go and how to get there, or maybe resisting your true self, because I see the card as the freak flag. It is you, just no inhibitions. So in reverse, you would have inhibitions. And this is I read reversals as a reminder of what you might want to have at the top of the head this morning, or whenever you're watching this video. It could be before you go to bed at night. I don't know where you are, so you'll figure it out. But it is for you to contemplate how this is for you so that you're ready. It is a getting ready card. Getting ready for what? To acknowledge yourself for who you are at your core. And how does that make you feel, right? So if you're afraid to do that, why? Are you under pressure from something or someone to be different? Is there any way that you can start to bring the real you into this world and show who you are? Obviously, you're intuitive. You're creative in whatever it is you're doing out there, and you're feeling like you're held back. And that being held back, it could even be you holding yourself back, fearing that you're going to be judged or, some other something. I've been there too. I think we all have as creatives and intuitives. It's hard to put yourself out there. So, yeah, practice. All right, let's look at card number 3. We've got the Queen of Spades. Wow, this is a very strong reading here. So, she is the no bullshit queen, and you've pulled this card on a Queen of Diamonds day. All right, well, I love this Queen of Spades. She just gets a job done like nobody else. She's a cure-all, whatever is ailing you mentally, physically. She's got the answers. She is just full of this self-knowledge and super clever about how to stitch that into the fabric of you so that it becomes a part of you and it just kind of, you absorb it and like a sponge and you just know, and somehow it appears as if totally natural. She's wonderful that way. And she too just rules those 4s, 5s, and 6s in the spade suit. So you've got that stability, you've got that time that you need to really sort it through. And to 5s, sorting it through, you know, she's got those abilities too. And she checks in pretty quickly with the heart and the mind and, you know, all of the chakra connections, because she is the remedy. She is the cure. So just touch base on those and see where it leads you. You know, pull that thread and walk it down. And when you get to the parts that are speaking to you, it's being mirrored. So you can ask your guides for help and of the highest vibration and trust, and ask to have it delivered safely and cleanly so that you're left with clarity and knowing where you should be taking things. So all of that is brought about through that balance with this queen. Like I said, she kind of, in my mind, in the way I like to read it, she manages the chakras. So if you're feeling like that would be a good place to start, I would definitely start. That's where I would go. All right, so let's see, all together here, we're gonna have an emotional, heartfelt bump. We are being asked to be open to some new experience, shift, if you will, of the heart. She is just such a feminine, clean energy, all about that security. So we're going to feel pretty good about where we are. We're going to feel a ripple. It's going to come as some sort of self-doubt or some self holding us back, something about fear of who we are at our core coming through. Whatever that fear is related to, you know, ridicule or some injustice, right? Some suppression of creativity. So your job is to check through that, find out what it is that's holding you back, whether it is something someone else is doing or something that you are allowing to have happen. It could be past life experiences because of the 9 K2 bit. So you could ask your guides for that piece of the puzzle today. That could be what comes through, be you. Just some kind of knowing. It'll fit like a piece of the puzzle being handed to you. It'll be a piece of knowledge that you hadn't heard before, you needed to remember. You know, it'll feel like it's real because it'll be from a past life. And then you can spring over here to the Queen of Spades, run down through the chakras and ask for that to be released. Your guides, your daimon will hear you, and you can ask with the best of intentions, right? And sincerity to have that come back to you, right? With great gratitude. And you can ask for them to help you with co-creating through this so that you can release it safely, right? And go from there. You've got a Queen of Diamonds day to do just that. To bring in that Queen of Diamonds bit, it could be something that fear of or feeling like you're lacking, not having enough, wanting to manipulate because you can't come through honestly for fear of being recognized for what you're truly trying to do, and therefore bringing who you really are, your creative you, and being ridiculed for it. So rethink how you might want to do that, especially on today. You've got this beautiful energy to work with. All right, let's look at the birthday card. Very interesting. You know, these giraffe necks with their heads in the clouds. Very cool. Poppies. I love poppies. All right, so let's see. Let's see what they have for the Queen of Diamonds. Insight. See beyond appearances, masks, cliches, and cultural stereotypes to gain insight. What a beautiful message for a queen and for the rest of us. I mean, that's kind of what we were just talking about, to be able to find a way, keeping in the high vibe, to see beyond appearances and masks of other people while we take off our own, right? So that is kind of a high order. It is really being able to pay attention, but for a Queen of Diamonds, it's there for you. It is there for you. So that, to me, would be every time you run into someone where you're feeling like, you know, maybe on the truth meter, they might be somewhere between 3 and 8, you know, and just be able to settle in and ground your own self and make that warm, comfortable, earthy space for someone to drop the masks and the cliches. And in that moment, when you are feeling you at your most beautiful self, really, for being able to do that, you are able to manifest. Oh, wow. Ace of Clubs. Look at this strong spread. This is really incredible. Original ideas, intellectual pursuits. So yeah, you got something brilliant coming up and lots to follow. This is so cool. Very, very interesting for a Queen of Diamonds. So capable, so full of work and gains and value and psychic abilities. This is really a wonderful card. So every time you bump into some energy that's not, 10%, that 0 to 10, make room, be kind and generous, and just, not that you have to give too much or any of that, you just have to be more you in your grounded, confident self. And that allows someone else to have permission to do the same. All right, let's see what you got for the Wishcraft card. Wish upon a star. I am made from the stuff of stars. I matter, pun intended. Yes, I love this card. Looks just like what I have for my logo. All right. There you have it. Happy birthday, Queen of Diamonds. I wish you the best year ever. So excited for you. So capable of achieving just this. And for everyone else, carpe diem. Stay kind, be curious, and as always, happy creating.